What is up, homies? This is Ludi! So we are super close to Resident Evil 2, and I'm super excited. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, and I'm taking 4 days off! So if any of you have seen my last Resident Evil upload, not gameplay, upload, it was Resident Evil 2, Michael Does Life. I some agree, but mostly disagree. Because I watch his videos, more thumbnails pop up on my streams like, oh, because you watch this video, you might like this video. So I watched Michael's Does Life. One is his most recent upload. I'm not sure if it's the latest, but I didn't pay attention to that because it's just thumbnail that appeared. Recommended. The video is called Resident Evil 2 is only 3 hours long. Epic fail! And so I was super curious to kind of hear him out to see like how he knows this game is 3 hours long, because that is a little bit concerning to me. Because the last time I checked, the game was 10 hours long. I mean, it's still a pretty short game, but I mean, yeah, think about it. That's only if you know what you're doing. First timers who's never played Resident Evil 2 Remake before might actually not have a clue what you're supposed to do, and there will be a level that you will be stuck on, which will kind of extend the time to make it feel like 30 hours. At least that's what happens to me when I play horror games, especially ones with puzzles. After he's watching a video, I would in some way agree what he said, but I still mostly disagree what he had to say. I will show you some of the clip. Here we go.
You know, if you want to go out and waste your hard-earned money on this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, and I know you already have more than likely, then go ahead and do that. Have your fun in the sun.
You know, the first thing he said, I do appreciate him telling me that, yeah, if you want to go play the game, go ahead and buy it. Have fun. And maybe I will. Maybe I won't, but hopefully I will. That's all I really need to hear from you.
But when you come back and you're sunburnt, don't complain to me that you're aching all over.
Michael, first of all, no one has come to you crying about Resident Evil 2 Remake being a possibility of a failure. Everyone is basically clicking on your videos just to hear how much bullshit you have to say, and almost every video you post, people are still calling on your bullshit. And I don't understand why you're not seeing the picture of this entire thing of Resident Evil 2 fans that may not share your point of view. Apparently, you find that a big problem. And once they play this Resident Evil 2 Remake, if the game happens to suck, people will make a review off of it, people will probably rant about it, but I'm pretty sure that they're not going to come crying to you about it.
We've learned more information about this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, and now we know, folks, that you can complete this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2 in about 3 hours! 3 hours of gameplay to complete the game! A $60 experience, one that has no longevity as it has no multiplayer. Yet you're still like, oh my god, I'm gonna shut up and take my money, Capcom. 3 hours, $60 experience. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, Michael, that's probably fake. Someone probably photoshopped that. I disagree. First of all, look at the size of the game. The size of the game is about 20-something gigs. Not only that, but we go back to Resident Evil 7. And look at Resident Evil 7. In Resident Evil 7, you could complete that game in about, what, 3-4 hours? And look at the demo for this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2. They took a 30-minute demo and turned it into a 3-minute demo. This can be completed in about 3 hours, if not less, if you know what you're doing. That's sad. That's disgusting. Bullshit like this is why the games industry is in the shitter.
But that's why people replay this game, to put themselves in a quick time event to test out exactly how long or how quick it will take them to beat the game the second time if they know what they're doing. Now for me, I researched that this game, and it could be wrong. You could be right, I could be wrong, or I could be right, you could be wrong. From what I heard, that the game is supposed to be 10 hours long per character. That's probably only if you know what you're doing. You get to play as Leon, you get to play as Claire, that's 20 hours long. You get to play as Ada, you get to play as Honk, you probably get to play as Sherry. The original Resident Evil game was 10 hours long. 5 hours on one character and 5 hours on the other character. 10 hours long. All together. I could be wrong. I doubt the game is going to feel 3 hours long because, one, the game is supposed to be bigger, the game is supposed to be longer, and you're supposed to possibly play more characters than Resident Evil 1998.
And you don't care, because it's convenient for you not to care. You continue to sit there and go, that's all you do. Brain dead. This game is for normies.
Okay, so this is a part where I actually could have just completely ignored this video, and I could have moved on with my life and probably play Resident Evil 7. Yes, I would be playing Resident Evil 7 again, then watch this piece of shit of a video. But I have a problem with people who constantly shit on a game that they never liked the idea of since the announcement. And the further this game comes out, you're still focused on it. You could easily not play this game and not give a shit about how other people think about Resident Evil 2 Remake. But not only are you shitting on a game that you have yet to play yourself, except the demo, but you're also shitting on people who's excited for this game, including me. And you're calling me brain dead, and you're calling everyone else brain dead? Now you're just being an asshole. Guarantee you that ever since you started uploading videos about Resident Evil 2, ever since its announcements, people started unfollowing you, or people have been unliking you. Like, it's unbelievable of how much you're just doing nothing but shitting on your audience. You shouldn't talk to your audience like this. You should just encourage people to at least have fun with the game and encourage them to give their thoughts on it. But don't try telling them that they are brain dead because they don't see your point of view. It just does nothing but make you a shitty person. And you're being a complete hypocrite by telling people that, oh, you know, you're uneducated because they're not listening to you, or Capcom is not listening to the fans. But look at you, Michael. Look at all your videos, all the hate, all the dislikes. Clearly, you're not listening to your audience. I never seen anyone act like this, like ever. It was really hard for me to sit through his video while he acts like a complete dumbass.
Michael, I'm a real fan, Michael. Okay, well, Michael, the demo isn't the final product. It's gonna be so much different. It's gonna be so much different. No, you haven't, Michael. You're lying. I ain't lying! I'm gonna show you right here and right now that I've been with Resident Evil since day one. Look at what I have here. Resident Evil 2, the second disc on PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 2, the original demo. I have here Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I have Resident Evil 2 Leon.
At the same time, telling people that they are brain dead. If any of you guys heard of Nemesis, well, yeah, he's a BOW in Resident Evil 3, but he's also a YouTuber. I think he's pretty interesting, and he's a pretty cool dude. His content is all basically Resident Evil. It's mostly Resident Evil. There's some Evil Within stuff, some Devil May Cry stuff. I haven't really seen his new content lately. He does have negative thoughts towards Resident Evil 2. He's more professional about it, and he actually has a bit of faith into it. At least that's from the impression I'm getting. And I have spoken to this guy on a live stream, and so did other YouTubers, and this was a year ago. And we were all discussing Resident Evil 2's possibility of, you know, the trailer releasing in E3, and thank God it did. I really underestimated this guy. At first I thought he was just being overly sensitive of things he didn't really know the hell he's talking about. This guy is clearly a Resident Evil fan. He's read all the books, he's played all the games, he's watched all the movies. He has both positive and negatives, and he doesn't try to find little nitpicks and try to compare to a game company that I love and adore. And there's really absolutely no reason to compare it to Bethesda. I'm sorry, Michael. Why'd you compare it to Bethesda? But I completely respect Nemesis, and I subscribe to his channel just to kind of... He's a guy I go to and ask for his thoughts and opinion on Resident Evil 2. He seems like the guy who knows a lot about Resident Evil. Obviously, he knows more than I do. But Nemesis he's more mature than Michael can ever be. If you guys never heard of him, go check out his channel. I think he's a pretty cool guy. Some people find him cancerous on YouTube, and I don't really think he is, to be honest. I honestly don't think he is. I think that Michael is cancerous to YouTube because he not only does he shit on games that he uploads videos about, but he shits on his audience. Nemesis, he's done that before, but he doesn't do it 24/7. He doesn't do it on every upload. He's very cool and very respectable for people he talks to on his live stream, and he's respectable for people that he knows wants to play Resident Evil 2. He'll call them Capcom kiss asses, sure. That is a pretty shitty thing to do. He knows how to balance his way into getting people to like him, and some people would dislike him. But Nemesis is a very cool guy, and I completely respect his opinion on Resident Evil 2 Remake. But Michael, I think Michael is just a fucking asshole.
You have a bunch of millennial devs working at Capcom today, and they can't code that shit out for anything. They can't engineer that. Oh my god, let's engineer a crow flying around this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2. This is the worst game that I've seen in years, and it's gonna get great scores because it's for the normies. It's for those who love Fortnite. They love to just turn off their brain and go, I'm shooting zombies. It's got great graphics, great style, and great presentation. It's a 10 out of 10. Like I've said many, many fucking times. When ultimately, at the end of the day, when the dust settles here, when you are disappointed with this all-new edition of Resident Evil 2, guess what? You have only yourself to blame!
Michael, I believe that you can do all of us a favor.
Just walk away.
That's all you have to do. And I could pull up one particular clip that completely does nothing but reverse your words and make you look like a complete asshole.
In January of 2019, this is why you should jump back into the world of survival horror. As soon as I saw the PlayStation console, I said, holy crap, this is it. And my jaw was on the floor. I mean, this looks freaking terrifying, you know? And when you really look at what they've done here, at least from these 2 trailers that they put out so far, my God, they really went back and remade this thing. You know? I mean, look at the Raccoon Police Department this time around. It's almost completely, totally different, which I'm fine with, you know? So, let me know your thoughts down below on the Resident Evil 2 Remake. Do you like what Capcom showed off in regards to the Resident Evil 2 Remake? And I also want to ask you guys, since this is obviously going to be a success, a major success, since this is obviously going to be a success, a major success,
Since this is obviously going to be a success, a major success,
would you like to see Capcom then move on to the Resident Evil 3 Remake? Can you imagine, with these graphics in mind and everything that's going on here with the Resident Evil 2 Remake, can you imagine roaming around Raccoon City and being chased by freaking Nemesis? Stars! Like, that would be almost too much. It would be so terrifying. Can you imagine, with these graphics in mind and everything that's going on here with the Resident Evil 2 Remake, can you imagine roaming around Raccoon City and being chased by freaking Nemesis? Stars! Like, that would be almost too much. It would be so terrifying.
can you imagine, with these graphics in mind and everything that's going on here with the Resident Evil 2 Remake, can you imagine roaming around Raccoon City and being chased by freaking Nemesis? Stars! Like, that would be almost too much. It would be so terrifying.
You saw nothing but faith in this game. It's incredible. And what's so funny to me is how you getting so hyped up for the idea of Resident Evil 2 Remake, all of a sudden, because it didn't live up to your expectation, you're shitting all over it, and you're pissed off about the fact that Resident Evil 2 Remake did not appear that you expected it to be. That seems so familiar.
After all, this is the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2. They didn't mention Resident Evil 2 on its birthday, so maybe they're waiting for a huge surprise at E3 2018 or something like that. At least we hope, right? But I gotta go back to the point that I made earlier, is that don't expect that to happen, because if you expect that to happen and it doesn't happen, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. And you don't want to do that, because if you do that, you're going to go away from E3 and you're going to say, oh man, Capcom, they really blew it this time.
Do you have any idea how hypocritical that is? Like, do you have any idea how dumb it makes you look when back then you told people, hey, you know, if Resident Evil 2 Remake trailer doesn't show up in E3 and you have all this hyped up hoping that it will show up, then you will be disappointed. Look at you, that you got all hyped up for Resident Evil, the idea of Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then as soon as they show the gameplay, you're pissed off about it. Something tells me that you do not look at your videos, like you do not rewatch your videos and think of, was I an asshole? Was I a hypocrite? Or what was it what I said that I may have twisted my words? Michael, it is completely fine for you to not like this game. It's not fine for you to just constantly do nothing but talk about it and telling everybody who's interested in this game, telling everyone who wants to play this game that they are brain dead. You're clearly insulting those who are subscribed to you, insulting those who first time even watched your videos, and you're doing nothing but building hatred towards your channel. My channel is small enough for me to notice likes and dislikes. It is small enough for me to notice every single comment that appears on my video, and I try to reply every single one of those comments just so people know that I'm hearing them, just so that I can be in some way, be in some agreement with the repliers on my comments. I really don't think that people needs to hear someone like you shitting all over their taste in gaming. How unfair is that? My last Resident Evil Michael Does Life video, just for those who didn't like my video, just for those who thought that I was shitting on Resident Evil hardcore fans, I'm not shitting on Resident Evil hardcore fans, I'm just shitting on them, shitting on people who likes the idea of Resident Evil 2. Shitting on games that they could just easily walk away from. Like, you don't have to replay it, you don't have to stick with the franchise. If you knew this is what's gonna come to, then you gotta move on. Resident Evil is dead to you. But don't bring that in to other people who likes the new idea of Resident Evil 2. Especially for those who's played every single Resident Evil game. They don't need to hear that. Not only your contents are annoyingly negative, your behavior about these things are absurd.
Oh, I'm not ready to buy it. I love those games. They're so cool.
Drive your little car to GameStop and go. You can't even shoot out zombies through the glass! You can't even shoot out zombies through the glass! Mackle's a clown. I can read your mind! I want someone else to pay for me, but I don't want it to be Mackle. Well, this is just a demo. I'm so smart. I have so much intellect. A lot of you don't care. A lot of you are like, I've already pre-ordered the collector's edition.
Like, oh my god, it looks unbelievably amazing.
Like, well, who cares, Michael? Those details don't matter. Because it's all about the style. It's all about the presentation. It's all about the graphics. It's all about the zombie gore. Oh, Michael, I'm a real fan, Michael. That's all you care about. You don't even care about having a great game. You don't even care about anything because you're too busy driving to GameStop. You're too busy worrying about driving to GameStop and getting your pre-ordered edition picked up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Without a doubt, you're going to play this game. Without a doubt, you're going to do nothing but talk shit about it. And without a doubt, you're going to find little nitpicks trying to convince us that Capcom is done for. Capcom is just... It has destroyed Resident Evil. Telling people that, oh, you know, you're uneducated because they're not listening to you, or Capcom is not listening to the fans, but look at you, Michael. Look at all your videos, all the hate, all the dislikes. Clearly, you're not listening to your audience. You have more dislikes than likes on your videos, and to me, that is something that a YouTuber should pay attention to. Then you'll realize exactly what you've done wrong. Ongoing comments and hates, because it is unbelievable for you to make this many videos and to not realize how people are feeling about your thoughts, and not to realize how insane it is for you to do nothing but shit on your audience. That's what you're doing. You're shitting on your audience. Anyone can follow people's opinion, but it's really hard to do so when you're calling them brain dead. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and their taste in gaming. Movies, books, whatever. Resident Evil 2 comes out very soon. I'm super excited for this game. By the time this video is uploaded, the game's probably out. I hope to God that it's going to be a good game. Now, I don't assume, like, I don't expect this game to be better than Resident Evil 2 1998, because, one, I didn't play it, I only watched the 5-hour Let's Play of it on YouTube, because, again, I don't have the platform for it. And I had a Vita, and they have it on the Vita. Regardless, I'm going to review this game, and I'm going to have so much fun with it. At the same time, I will tell people that if they like their game, I will respect that. If I didn't like that game, then I will tell you why. But what I will not do is tell people that they are brain dead, and tell people that my opinion is the land of the Lord, and tell people that they shouldn't be playing Resident Evil 2 Remake. I will not speak for other gamers of what they should like. Because like I said, everyone has their own opinions, everyone has their own taste. And Michael, you are doing nothing but building such a bad reputation to your channel. That's all I gotta say. I cannot stand when people like him shit on games that they can easily walk away from, and people like him shitting on gamers who doesn't see their point of view. And it's insulting to humanity. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you do, go and click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you every time I see you.